Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fantastically well. So again, it's Sunday. It's always that time to reflect back on the week, what's been good and what's been bad, as well as looking at my overall performance score based on the weighting of what prop firms or what channels I wanted to trade, as well as my own personal accounts. So again, I've had a pretty good week overall. My performance score is showing 185, which essentially means I've outperformed what I wanted to do. My targets are trying to achieve 1% per account that I'm trading. Some of the accounts I won't be trading, that's why I put the weighting of the scores down to between 0 and 5. The ones I'm really focusing on, I put the much more higher priority on those. So look at the $200,000 FTMO challenge account. That for me has been a drawdown for a really long time, playing with my mind. Yes, I paid for the money to do the challenge and it's unlimited. I can take it as long as I want to. But it's nice to actually get some momentum and get it going. When I first started the challenge over the first sort of week, I was up a couple of percent. And since then I've been really struggling. I've done a lot of bad trades and it's really dragged down. And over the past month, I've been working on clawing that back slowly but slowly. So again, over the past few weeks, I've been over 2% per week, pretty good. And if I continue that over the next week, I'll actually be out of this drawdown and back into profit and on my way to passing the phase 1 of the challenge. The problem I have with this account is pretty much I've diverted away from much more of a structured trading approach and got very much drawn into more scalping, just looking for smaller wins, small gains, just to make the momentum happen. Ideally, that has been working. I don't want to change that too much, because obviously if I change it dramatically, it might not actually work in the future. So I'm going to try and be a bit more structured, but if I see some potential for some small gains, I will definitely be taking them to get the account moving in the right direction. Next one for me is Dar X. That's really is working to build a track record of trading to actually get into a point where they will actually start finding investors to go into my Darwin fund. So my Darwin should be created early next week. Hopefully that's going to be a point where I can start to attract investors as well as some seed capital from Darwin themselves. So hopefully that'll be in a good position. I'll keep trying to work on that one, but I don't need to do too much over the next couple of weeks, predominantly because I've actually achieved over 4% in the actual month of June. And as long as you're outperforming the S&P, that's considered fantastic performance. So I'm well ahead of that. And I can take a break for a week if I need to, and then look to make some more gains within July. Finally, after a real gap of actually trading my funded account with FTMO, I actually started getting back into that one. The confidence was there that I've actually started to put all of the bad habits behind me, all those drawdowns, all those negative thoughts. I'm actually now in a position where I can actually start trading that to get a profit. The profit split on this account is actually the 29th of June, so the end of next week. So I will put a bit of effort into that one. That'll be my main priority for next week, so I can actually get a payout and then start using those profits to either fund other accounts and then look to really surge ahead in the latter part of this year. So the other accounts are all quite small. They're just some of my small personal accounts I'm trading. The equity is not massive. I can put more in if I need to, but again, it's more about the process and building and compounding. We're seeing we're getting multiple percent returns on all of these, and if I really want to focus, I can probably do a little bit more. But again, it's sort of getting the priorities of the week set up from the start so I don't actually start getting distracted and trying to overtrade certain accounts, which I'm not trying to do. But as we know, there's always that inkling that what if I do this, that's real money, I can get a better return, as opposed to trading on prop firms or other challenge accounts where you're not actually getting a return whatsoever. So again, it's just that balance and that priority in the weeks, which I will set on the Monday. So I know exactly where to focus my efforts, and again, if anything starts to go wrong, I can then close those down and move on to something else. So the upcoming week, it is the last week of June. That's really coming to the half point of the year. I want to finish strong, really want to make sure that I can bank some more profits, get some payouts, as well as get the other accounts in a much better position. I've also got a session with the FTMO Performance Coach, so that's going to be fantastic. Really talk through some of the things that I've been thinking about. I've got them all documented in my journal, so I can actually discuss what's going on there and really have a good productive session and really springboard and launch into the second half of this year to make sure that the next 6 months are really, really productive and really profitable. Again, not a really exciting week. It's just literally going over and churning out day in, day out the same things over and over again. There were some fantastic trade setups that I've been publishing on my Telegram channel that if I had got into, it would have been an amazing week. I could probably done 10% on some of these accounts. But reality is I probably wasn't looking to trade those at a particular time. And as always, some of these things are all new related, and I don't want to be trying to chase news events, because the reality is that if you're getting on a spike the right direction, it's fantastic. But how often do we get it right on news? Often it goes the complete reverse event. and all those profits we made at the beginning of the week get wiped out very quickly. So I'm being cautious, I'm being systematic in my approach to the trading and trying to make sure that everything I do is well risk managed and looking to make sure that everything's going in the right direction. So hopefully that's been a real insight into what my mindset has been the past week. Not ideal, but not the worst I've had, and really sort of looking to push forward all these accounts and make some great profits. Thanks for watching. Catch you again very soon. Cheers.